Okay.
Real quick, Paul.
Last story of the
last
day.
story. I wanted to get in the entertainment industry.
Right.
So after I was working at Home Depot. This is after I quit school, right?
Yeah, right.
And a friend of mine who was
I love
at
it.
UCLA, she said, "Rudy, if you want to be in the industry, what are you doing working at Home Depot?" And I just felt like such a jackass. I'm like, "Yeah."
I need
so
money.
so I quit, got a job at Chili's bussing tables, then became a food server. And during the day, I was out looking for work at record companies, and at night, I worked the night shifts, or serving whatever.
Know it well.
So I would leave Chili's at 1:30 in the morning, and I would drive to all the recording studios. I went to Warner Brothers, Capitol, A&M at the time. Now it's Jim Henson. And I would go to all of the security gates, and I just talk to security guards.
Because they won't let you in.
They would let me in, but I kept going back and back. And then one day I realized, and I tell students that if you're trying to break in, look for opportunity because no one's going to give it to you. And so what I did is I went to A&M Records, went to the gate, and the security guard walked up to me and he says, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "Well, I
Over
want
there in La Brea.
yeah, La Brea and Sunset." And he goes, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to get in the industry, but I'm not
You
sure
and
how
a
to go
thousand
in."
other people.
Yeah, and they just looked at me like, "Who is this guy?" And I said, and they're like, "Well, you can't hang out here." All right, so I came back the next night after work. And this was like 2:30 in the morning. And then, so I went back the following weekend and did the same thing. But on a Saturday, the following weekend, I noticed one thing. And I love to tell the story when I'm or guest speaking at colleges. And I'm holding my coffee and I said, "What do you think that I came back with?" And nobody guesses the answer except for maybe one student. They're like, "Coffee." I'm like, "Exactly." I came back with 4 cups of coffee from Winchell's Donuts and 2 dozen donuts. And I walked up to the gate. And then they came, the security guard walked up to me and he looked at me like, "Huh?" And I said, I just said, "I know you guys got a night shift. You could probably use the coffee. This is for you guys." And the guy looked at me first kind of like, "Huh?" And he opened the door or the gate. I passed him everything. And I said, "You guys have a good night." And he goes, "Okay." And then by that time, all the security guards like, "What the hell's going on over there?" So they come over and like, "Hey, right on," whatever.
Yeah.
And I left. I asked for nothing.
Wow.
And then I went back the following weekend with more donuts and more coffee. And then after a month of that, Paul, after a month of that, they started saying, "Hey, come on in.